Yo, what's up everyone? Back for this Thursday slate. We're going to look at the main slate in this video. So let's get right into it. You can drop a like and subscribe down below. Right now, the Dodgers game is only in the bottom of the fourth inning, even though it's 11:20 since there was over a 2-hour rain delay. So if they come through, should be a decent night. Had a 4-man stack of them on Draftkings. So we'll see. Anyway, looking at this slate, there are a ton of good pitching options. At the top, we have Bauer, German, Strasburg, Boyd. My favorite's going to be Trevor Bauer. Just a really, really good strikeout matchup facing this Tigers team, and he has flashed some big upside recently. Just put up a 43 spot against this Tigers team. He put up 37 against the Royals, 31 against the Reds, so he's looking like he's getting back into form. Now, we know with Trevor Bauer, you can expect 120 pitches. You can expect him to go 110 to 120 plus. So it just gives him a really nice floor, especially in a matchup like this. Against a Tigers team that has one of the highest strikeouts against right-handed pitching. So I really like Trevor Bauer here. And the second pitcher I'm going to go with is going to be Julio Teheran. I'm just going to take a chance on him again. I've been playing him the last 2 times, and it's worked out. The matchup's a little tougher here, but I still think he can have some success. He has been much better at home this season. Pitching in Atlanta, I like that fact. And I like how his price tag keeps going down. He's not a $6,400 pitcher. He is, he's been over 8,000. He's been over 9,000 for this season. He's just a really cheap price tag. Facing a Nationals team that is decent, but he is a decent strikeout pitcher, and he works fairly deep into games. So at 6,400, you don't need him to go out and get you 20 to 25, but he has, and if he can get me in like the high teens, low 20s, I'll be really happy with that, and I think he can, given his recent form and given the matchup. So those are the 2 guys that I like. And on this slate for hitters, there are a bunch of good teams you can look at. I like the Astros a ton against Harvey. We'll see if the Diamondbacks can stay hot again facing Davies. He's not much of a strikeout guy, but he is pretty good at not getting shelled and not giving up a ton of damage. I think some Reds lefties against Hudson makes sense. Some Brewers bats, and I like the Twins. So that's kind of where I'm at, and seeing some Angels as well. So starting off at first base, I like a one-off from the Mets here, and this is going to be, just because he's very cheap, $4,500 for Pete Alonso. I like him a lot just because he has so much power. He's at a very fair price tag, and he's really crushed left-handed pitching, and Bumgarner gives up a lot of power to right-handed hitters, and Alonso has an insane amount of power, up to 31 home runs on the season. He hits left-handed pitching really, really well, and that's what he's looking at in this matchup. Against lefties, this year he has a 2.77 average, but the power is through the roof. 10 bombs and just 83 at-bats. He has a 4.58 ISO against lefties and a 7.35 slugging percentage. He does strike at a decent amount, but he also, when he's making contact, he's making really, really hard contact, a 56% hard hit rate against lefties and a 46% fly ball rate. And this season, Bumgarner, we know he's had some issues with the long ball. He's given up a lot of home runs already on the season. As you can see, he's given up 17 bombs already on the season, 14 of which have been by righties, and righties have hit him for pretty well, 283 average and a 4.77 slugging. And he has a 4.2 6 xFIP. I think Alonso makes sense given that he's very cheap. He's over 5,000 for pretty much every start his last couple games. For every game recently, he's been in the high 4s or high 5s or low 5s. And at 4,500, it's a nice value, so I like him. Second base, I'm going to go with Jose Altuve just because he is red hot and he's still very, very cheap. 4,200 for Altuve in a matchup against Harvey is a very, very fair price tag. He's been a lot better against righties this season, but he's just hitting the ball so well. He can hit right. He's been a lot better against lefties this year, but he's hitting the ball so well just against all sides of the plate recently, and he's just too cheap. The Astros should have one of the highest totals on the slate. If you look here, in July, he's up to a 333 average after hitting 292 in June, and He's having a pretty good game right now, so that average should go up for July. But at 4,200 for Altuve, just a really nice price tag for a guy that has a ton of upside, given the matchup. All right, so those are a couple of pretty underpriced guys that have a ton of upside. Next up, at shortstop, I like Didi Gregorius. He's just really cheap. 3,600 for Didi is a really fair price tag. I mean, it's way too cheap. He should be in the mid 4Ks. If you look right here in this price range, we're looking at guys that we're not going to even consider playing. Like Adrianza is probably not going to be in the lineup. Then you have Freeman, Echeverria, Rosario, Adames, Gregorius, Straw. He's just really cheap at just 3,600. He has a lot of power, and he should get hot pretty soon. Maybe that grand slam that he hit the other day will get him going. But against righties, he's been good this season. Chirinos has been pretty good, but he does give up some power. And Didi Gregorius is very cheap. 286 average this season to righties. The couple home runs, 429 slugging percentage, and 48% fly ball rate, which is really nice to see, especially playing at home in Yankee Stadium. Just think he's too cheap at 36. And last but not least, in the outfield, I'm going to go with Nelson Cruz. I like a couple of different teams today, and I kind of picked some of my favorites from each, considering the prices. Nelson Cruz, I like him a lot. This season, he's been good against righties. He's been a little better against righties than lefties, but the matchup against Fiers is great. Mike Fiers has always struggled against right-handed power. Nelson Cruz is very cheap at $4,500, and he just has so much home run upside, given Fiers' fly ball tendencies. 276 average for Cruz this season against righties, 12 home runs. 255 ISO, 531 slugging percentage, and hits the ball really hard, a 52% hard hit rate. Cruz has also been mashing against lefties too with a 71% hard hit rate. He's just a really good hitter. Even though he's up there in age, he just continues to hit the ball really well. Unlike Chris Davis, who's really aged a lot over the past month because he can't hit anything. So those are 6 players that I like. Still leaves you with almost 4,000 left for your hitters. So try to get an early slate video out as well, so you can check that out. But thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and good luck today.